Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a different kind of video that you normally see on my channel. Typically, we're talking about crypto programs and different affiliate deals. This one is going to be more of a training, and I'm going to share a resource with you guys that are maybe thinking about getting into network marketing, or maybe you are in network marketing and you're wondering where you can get leads or talk to more people. Because the biggest reason why people fail in network marketing is they just don't have enough people to talk to. There's a couple of reasons why people fail. One of them is they just don't have enough people to talk to, right? And so we're going to give you a resource today, and you're never going to run out of people to talk to if you leverage it and work it the proper way. So let's go ahead and dive in. Of course, this is a generic training. What do I mean by that? It can be used to build really any network marketing company. So you might be in a different network marketing company than I am. You might have a product-based company or a some other company like that. Me personally, I'm in a service-based network marketing company. As you guys know, if you're on my channel, you probably already know that just recently we got involved with Legal Shield. Legal Shield is a 53-year-old company, been around for a long time. A lot of success stories over there. And there's a couple of reasons why I got involved with it. One of them is, the service is something that everyone not only needs, but can afford, right? For less than a cup of coffee a day, people can have access to an attorney and have one of our other services, ID Shield, which protects you against identity theft. And there's a lot of other things that it does, but it's a very, very affordable and powerful membership. So again, for me, one of the reasons why I got involved was, the service made sense. Would I get involved even if there wasn't a network marketing opportunity and pay for the membership every single month? Well, the answer was clear because I've already been paying for this membership for 28 years. Yes, I'm dating myself, but 28 years I've had this membership. So I'm a happy customer, right? I'm someone that believes in the service. I just never got involved with the opportunity until recently when I looked at it again and I said, man, this looks like a great opportunity to build long-term residual income. There's people in the company that, they've been there for 20, 25 years and they're getting paid still on memberships that were marketed by them and or someone on their team 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So again, I want to be able to build a block of business that I can will to my loved ones, right? So, there's a lot of reasons why I got involved with Legal Shield. Of course, you can have another opportunity, and that's fine. You can still use the resources. But another reason why I haven't mentioned in my other videos is it was very, Legal Shield is very compatible with this lead company, right? I was looking at this lead company. As a matter of fact, I've used this lead company in the past many, many times, right? Many years ago, even before I got involved with the crypto space. Some of you guys may know my story. I was heavy into network marketing, been in network marketing for 28 years, full time. Um, and prior to getting involved with the crypto space, we were, building traditional network marketing companies. And one of the ways I was recruiting so many people is I was purchasing leads from this company. So I've used this company for a very, very long time. But not to go off on a tangent, when I looked at Legal Shield, it was very compatible to this company. As a matter of fact, I don't know if there's a partnership or some type of connection, but if you purchase your leads from this lead company, they can actually drop the leads straight into the prospect app that Legal Shield gives you as part of your membership. They give you an app. Matter of fact, let me show you here. They give you an app that you can download right from the App Store, and you can basically manage your whole business from this app. You can manage your contacts. Every time you speak to somebody, you can load them up into your CRM, and from there, if you send them some information, company will track any type of content you send them, whether it be a video or a brochure or something. You can send it right from the app. People can review it, and then you can actually see if they've reviewed or viewed the content that you sent them, right? You can also put reminders. Hey, follow up with this person next month. Follow up with this person 2 months from now. So it's a very user friendly and very user what's the word I'm looking for? It's a tool that you definitely can use if you're building a network marketing business, right? Because it keeps you organized. There's just a whole lot of reasons why, right? But in any case, what I typically do, okay, is I would get a lead, right? And again, I put warm leads and cold leads both in this app, okay? What's a warm lead? Someone that I already know, right? Someone that's in my phone. I'll load them into this app. And if I have a cold lead, like someone I bump into or talk to, or maybe someone from this lead source, I'll load them up on this app as well. And I can track everything. I can even put people in a drip campaign, right? Where I can say, you know what, let me have them receive a few emails, one email every other day for the next month and a half, because again, it's all about exposures, right? It's all about, how many touches can you get or can you give them, right? Because typically someone doesn't buy or join off the first touch. They need to see something. They need to see more, right? It's a process. Recruiting is a process. Um, you never recruit somebody right off the bat, right? Like first time you speak to them about it, they jump in. Has it happened? It's happened before, right? But very, very rare. Most times it's a process. It's a series of exposures you got to take them through, right? You send them a video, they see an overview, then they might have to see a couple of other videos, right? If they're in your local area, you might invite them out to a briefing or something like that your company is holding, right? Or a Zoom. And after they see something a couple of times, then they get involved, right? And so this CRM that they provide for us, very, very powerful, right? Now you might already have a CRM. If you may not have a CRM, I don't know. But that's, you're gonna have to get with your company and find out, if there's a CRM that they can offer you or something like that. We automatically get this right in Legal Shield. So here's the lead source. Okay. Now I want to preface this by saying that um, I would definitely recommend you talking to your warm market first, right? Like in any traditional network marketing business, you get involved. What's the first thing they tell you to do? Make a list of people that you know, friends, family, et cetera, et cetera. I would definitely suggest you do that if you're getting involved in network marketing before you contact or before you start buying leads, okay? Because again, leads are cold. These are now you can still recruit a bunch of people, with these leads, okay? You can still sell product to people with these leads. But again, this is, in my opinion, secondary to talking to your warm market first. Okay. Make a list of people that you know. Some of you might be able to make a list of 20 people, 25, 30, 50, 100. I got involved with Legal Shield just recently, like 3 weeks ago. Put pen to paper, and just off of my phone, I had like 400, 500 contacts, right? People that I know, people that, friends, family, people that I've met over the years. So those are people that I am approaching, right? I haven't even, to be honest, I haven't really even approached many of them yet. I probably maybe approached maybe five or six, because I wanted to test out these leads also, right? So I'm going to go back to my warm market, but I wanted to personally test out these leads and call these leads before I started to maybe introduce it to people on our team. But again, I'm going to emphasize that again and say it again. Talk to your warm market first, okay? If you have gone through your entire warm market and maybe spoken to them 2 or 3 times, then it might be time for you to start talking to cold leads, right? And by the way, these are leads that even though they're cold and you don't know them, these are people that have answered an ad and said they are interested in getting information about a work from home opportunity. So the way Instant Success Leads gets these prospects is they have ads all over the internet, work from home, make money online, that sort of thing. And people will submit their information. When they submit their information, Instant Success Leads sends you the lead. Okay. Now there are some leads. There's a couple different types of leads that they offer. Some leads are a little bit more high quality than others, but it all depends on what you're trying to do, right? So for example, let me give you an example of what I mean by that. If you get these exclusive live interviewed leads, right? These live interviewed leads right here, they're a little bit more pricier than, let's say, um, a lead that's 7 to 21 days old, right? Obvious reasons. These leads are a little bit older, they're a little bit colder, they're not as hot as opposed to these leads right here. These are leads that as soon as the lead comes in, they're interviewed by a live person, right? Someone from an instant success leads will interview them, ask them some questions. Hey, what's the reason you're looking for a home business? Have you ever had any experience in having a home business or network marketing? If you were to get involved with a network marketing company, or you see a network marketing company that you like, do you have at least $100 for you to get started? They're interviewed. So when you're getting these leads, they're super hot. Okay. All you really have to do is call those leads who are waiting for your call and say, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? This is Jamie. We don't know each other, but you spoke to my assistant, my Sam." Because when you get the lead, it tells you the name of the person who interviewed them. So you say, "Hey, you spoke to my assistant, Sam. Sam wanted me to give you a call, give you some information about our company. Do you have do you have some time right now?" And a lot of times they'll say, "Yeah, yeah, what's it all about? Hey, it's a lot to go over the phone. Let me do this. Let me send you a video that explains what we do. If you like what you hear, let's get back on the line and we'll go ahead and talk about the next step." By the way, it's a 23-minute video. If I send it to you right now, would you be able to watch it? And sometimes they'll say, "Yeah, I can watch it right now." Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I can't. I'm kind of busy right now, but I could probably watch it later on, like at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock." Great. You're going to watch it at 7 o'clock. It's about 23 minutes. Maybe I'll give you a call at 7:30. We can go ahead and touch base then. You'll be able to watch that video, right? If I call you at 7:30, yes, I'll be able to watch it. Great. I'll call you then. And then you follow up, right? Now, sometimes you'll call somebody and they'll say, "Well, I'm not really interested. I just kind of wanted to see what it was about." Okay, no problem, right? You don't really care because you have leads coming in. Like right now, we have it set up. I have it set up where I get 10 to 15 leads a day. That might be a lot for you, right? Especially if maybe you have a full-time job, you have another business, and you could only apply a few hours to your network marketing company or network marketing opportunity. So you might want to start at 5 leads a day, right? But me, I actually have it set up at 15 leads a day. So if someone's like, "Well, I'm not really interested," okay, no problem. Boom, hang up, call the next lead because I have more leads coming. I'm not worried about people saying no because I have more leads coming every single day, right? I can't stop the flow of leads even if I want. Well, I can stop the flow. I can pause the the flow of leads if I wanted to right from the back office. But my point is that I have leads coming in. I have more people to talk to every single day. So I'm not worried if someone says no. I'm not worried about someone says, "Well, not interested," or they give me the runaround, right? When you have a lot of people to talk to, you have tremendous posture. You have posture, and really posture. That's you know a, one of the keys to success in network marketing is having a really good posture, right? When you don't have a lot of people to talk to, you don't have good posture, and you're kind of begging, and you're kind of saying, "Well, could you, would you, please join." No one's going to join you if you don't have any posture, right? So when you have a lot of people to talk to and a constant flow of new leads, you're going to have really good posture, right? So let me kind of run you through some of these different options, right? So you have the live interviewed leads. These are people that were pre-interviewed by a live person, so it's a little bit higher quality, not a little bit higher, it's actually a lot higher quality. They're also a little bit pricier, right? We also have something called live local premium leads. And what that is people that are in your local area, or if you want to target a specific area code. Like, for example, if let's say you live in Atlanta and you want to build a local team because you want to be able to invite them out to a coffee shop, you want to invite them out to your local meeting, right, with your leaders or what have you, or with your team, you might want to get these local premium leads. And what they do is when you purchase these leads, it'll ask you, what area codes do you want to target? And you give them, you give them, I think you can have like 3 to 5 area codes that you can target. You type it in, and people that are coming in from that area code, they'll get sent to you. And you can call them, they're in your local area. So you can either send them a video or invite them off to a Zoom, or if they're local, you can have a cup of coffee with them, invite them out to your weekly meeting or something like that. That's the power of having these local premium leads. Now, again, it's a lot easier for the company to get these leads, so they're not as pricey as some of these interviewed leads, which are probably the highest quality lead that the company has, right? Um, so these are a little bit less expensive. Then you have like live premium female leads. If you want to have let's say for example you want to build a team of females for whatever reason, you'll get leads that are females only, right? Then they have 7 to 21 day old interviewed leads. So these are people that were interviewed, like I told you before, right? Someone from the company will get on the phone with them, an actual phone call, and say, hey, have you ever done anything in network marketing or had a home business before? Yes, no. Do you have at least $100 for you to get started? Yes, no, right? So these are pre-interviewed, but they're not as hot. They're older, right? They're up to 3 weeks old, right? So some of these people may have forgotten that they gotten interviewed, right? So quality might not be so high. Then you also have live local home job leads. These are people that are looking for a job. Now you might say, well, I'm offering an opportunity. I'm not really offering a job. Yes, that's true. But if you're good with your words and you have a good script, you can probably convert some of these people that are looking for a job into inquiring about a home business, right? Or something that they can do from home or a work from home opportunity, right? So again, it's a little bit lower quality, but depends on your budget, right? Um, then you have something called advertising clicks to your page. These are people that if they put their name and information on one of the ads that Instant Success Leads has online, they put their information, they get redirected to your website, whatever website that may be. Now, if you use that, I would encourage that you have a website that has an actual presentation on it. That way they can see. And that's one way you can leverage these form of leads, right? Then you have bulk local lead. These are probably like the lowest quality type of leads, so you're not probably not going to have too much success with this. But there's options here. Okay, the leads that I personally work myself are the live interviewed leads, the exclusive live interviewed leads. These are probably the easiest ones to talk to because these are people that were pre-interviewed, right? And again, the script is very, very easy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave links down below of training, right, on scripts and things of that nature that you can use if you want to call these leads, right? But again, it's a very simple script. Hey, how you doing, Mike? My name is Jamie. We don't know each other, but my assistant Sam told me to give you a call. You spoke to Sam a little bit earlier. He wanted to make sure I gave you some information before the end of the day, and you start a conversation there, right? The other lead that I get is the live local premium leads because I am building a local team. So that's another type of lead that I've purchased. Now, if you look at this, let me click on this right here. You can go through some of this information right here. These are for an interviewed lead. These are the question that they get. Okay, so with each lead you get their first name, last name, phone number, email, the interviewing agent's name, right? Who interviewed them? What is your reason for starting a home-based business? Is it for extra money, be your own boss, flexible schedule, other? Do you have home-based business experience, right? How much do you want to earn in the next 30 days? And do you have at least $100 to invest? Again, side note, this works really well with Legal Shield because to get started with Legal Shield, it's 49 bucks, right? So if someone says I have $100 to invest in a business, and you see that when you get the lead, you know that they can afford to get in, right? Now, of course, if you have a business that requires a much higher startup, $1,000, 1,500, 2,000 bucks, you might have to you know sell them or persuade them more to up that amount, right? Um, Again, you get it in real time, right? And these are US only, by the way. And then look at here. This is the pricing right here. The more you buy, the cheaper the lead. Now, again, these are the most highest quality lead that they have. So it's going to be pricey, right? If you get 50 leads, which is like a nice number to start, you're paying $5.50 a lead, which is $275. Again, the more you get, the not with this one, right? But with the other leads, the more you get, the cheaper the lead, right? These are the most highest quality leads, so they're all kind of $5. And no matter how much you get, they're all $5.50 a lead. But check this out: when you go through this, when you go through the sign up here, or the purchase process, it asks you, how do you want to get the lead? And there's a couple ways you can get it. You can get it text, you can get it emailed to you, or you can get it if you click right here. If you're in Legal Shield, they drop the lead right into your CRM. So you'll get the lead right in your CRM, right on your phone. You could press call them right away. You can send or share content. You can send an email, send them a text, right? Um, Let me show you an example of pricing here. Let's say for not exclusive, right? These are live interview leads, but not exclusive. So here you can see the pricing here. The more you get, the less each lead is, right? Um, Here for, let's say, live local premium leads, just to give you an idea. And with these, they're answering. This is an example of an ad that they're answering. Like, make yourself recession proof, work from home, et cetera, et cetera. So they're putting their information here, and then you're getting the lead. And you can see here, for 100 leads, local leads, you can pay $110, right? If you get 250 leads, you'll pay $250, right? At just about $1 a piece. And here you can control how many leads you get a day. You can put five. I think the minimum is five. 5, 10, 15. Again, be careful with putting too high of a number here, because let's say if you get 10 or 15, you might be able to handle that the first day or the second day or the third day. But by, let's say, the fourth day, you have 10 or 15 new people to talk to that it's coming in. But then you have the last 3 days worth of leads that you got to follow up with, right? Some people may have seen a video you sent them. Some people you needed to call back, et cetera, et cetera. It starts to get away from you after a while. So maybe you start off with five, right? And then kind of work from there, and then, up it as you see fit. Um, but yeah, these are just, you can check this out for yourself. I'll leave a link down below, along with some training. But again, if you never run out of people to talk to, that's always going to give you the best posture in network marketing. So, maybe some of you guys were looking at Legal Shield, let's say, and maybe saw some of the videos that we put out, and you were saying, man, this looks pretty good, but how do I build this? I don't really have anybody to talk to. Which we've had people ask us that. We've had people say, shoot us a message on Telegram saying, man, that Legal Shield looks great, but I just, how would I build this? I don't have anybody to talk to. First of all, you do have people to talk to. You have people on your phone, you have people on your Facebook, you have people that you're connected to on social media. You probably have people to talk to. But let's say, maybe this is your fourth or fifth deal, and maybe those people aren't, interested in hearing from you for whatever reason, or maybe you're, I don't know, whatever reason you're not able to talk to people in your warm market. You have an option here of purchasing a batch of leads. And these are people that have raised their hand saying, hey, I'm interested in work from home opportunity. I'm interested in, side business or side income. Um, these are people that, are raising their hands saying they're interested, right? They wouldn't have answered the ad if they weren't interested. So you're talking to interested people. Now, that being said, you still got to work the leads, right? It's still a cold lead. So just because they said they're interested, you still got to call them. You still got to, get them some information. You still got to follow up with them. And again, it's going to take multiple exposures or multiple touches, probably until they make a decision to join. But again, if you fill up your pipeline, let's say you're working these leads for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and in your pipeline, you have 100, 200, 300 people that are going through the exposure process. At that point, you're going to have people coming out the back end, joining, right? These are people that maybe over the course of a couple of weeks, they've seen they've seen a couple of videos you've sent them. They've been invited to a Zoom. Maybe they've been invited to a live event. I don't know. Maybe you've got some of them on a three-way call with your leader. I mean, there's a couple different ways you can expose people. But my point is if you have a pipeline that is full, good things are going to happen in whatever business you're in, right? It just so happens for us, we're in Legal Shield. It works really well with this, because Legal Shield has a low entry point. It's a company that, they don't have to sample product, but unlike a skincare company where they have to sample product first, or a vitamin company, as a service, right? So you can send them a video, and from that video, they can learn about the service. And again, these people are willing to drop the lead right into your Legal Shield CRM, the prospect app on your phone. So yeah, just wanted to give you this resource, whether you work with us in Legal Shield or not, or if you're in another company, you can use this resource as well. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Post your question underneath this video. I'll do my best to answer. But in the description box, there's a couple of training videos that I would definitely encourage you to take a look at. Um, Brian Carruthers was a legend in network marketing. He's actually used instant success leads for like 20 years. He's used the same company, and over that time period, he's probably recruited 800 or 900 people from instant success leads. He's recruited more than that, right? But from specifically instant success leads, this lead company, he's probably recruited 800 or 900 people over the last 20, 25 years, or however long he's used them, right? So he has some training. If you want to check it out, he actually goes through some training. He goes over, the mindset when you're speaking to leads. He also talks about, how you work these leads, and then he actually makes live calls. You can hear him make some live dials, with these exact leads that I'm showing you, and you can see how he does it. So that being said, hopefully there was some value here. Again, it's a little bit different type of video that I normally post. But because we do have some network marketing opportunities in our portfolio that some of you guys have joined and or are thinking about joining, but maybe the only thing stopping you is you don't have anyone to talk to, here is a really cool way to have more people you can talk to than you can get to, which is a great problem to have in network marketing. So that being said, I will catch you on the next video, guys. Follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel. Peace.